Recently, Mike and his lovely wife Dawn and I went to see a production of The Color Purple downtown at the Goodman Theatre in Chicago. Were you surprised in any way?
It's a hard story.
Take flight. Good morning, talking about the earth things. Good morning, it's me and me from the wings. From the winds.
Hi, I'm Reva Hervis, Artistic Director at Overshadowed Theatrical Productions. Welcome to this week's episode, From the Wings. Recently, Mike and his lovely wife Dawn and I went to see a production of The Color Purple downtown at the Goodman Theatre in Chicago. I, believe it or not, it's the first time I'd ever seen it, never read the book, even though it was a movie that came out in the 80s. Were you surprised in any way?
I had no idea. Historically, I guess I'm a bit ignorant. I didn't know that existed. I never heard of it either. I've never seen it or heard about it. And so I was surprised because I didn't know historically that was real life. That
it was based on a true story.
Yeah, the situation in life at that time for those people, I had no idea that existed.
I think if I remember correctly, the story opens for this particular musical, I think it said 1913. I think that was the first projection that we got on the stage, right?
Could be, yeah.
And so it's after the end of slavery, but a very hard time in our country. The thing that I think gripped me right away is that the story was open in a church, and this congregation of community was praising God and singing spirituals and having fiery sermons and everything else. And then, of course, we go to the main character, Celie, and her sister, and you find out very quickly that Celie is young and that she is pregnant, and basically at the end of the sermon, she's gonna go off and have her baby. So I did not know, and again, I'm kind of ignorant with this as well, this particular story of 1913 and the fact that women amongst their congregation were so abused still by members of their own race. And very quickly you find out that Celie, the main character, is pregnant by her father. And he takes the baby away, and then you find out that this is the second time that has happened. And he basically marries her off to somebody who is going to spend the rest of her life abusing her, both emotionally and physically, and basically telling her that she's butt ugly and that she's never going to amount to anything, and just why can't she be like anybody else? And it's so hard to watch this poor woman who has a heart of gold.
It's angering.
Yes.
I mean, it just made me mad. I wanted her to, do bad things to him. So,
and he did. He was saying them under his breath. I think, of course, you realized it was part fictional because it's on the stage, and you wouldn't really mean that you wanted her to do bad things. Uh-oh.
It's a hard story. It's a hard story. And what's interesting,
hard.
It wasn't just her. She played. Emotionally, she was phenomenal.
So good.
You'll be brought to tears repeatedly through the story. But it wasn't just hers. All the women are abused and treated, and even their workers are treated like slaves. Yeah. And that's the part that got me, is that, when you hear a story about that time frame with black people in America, you're assuming that it's the elite whites that own the property that mistreat their people. These are black folks that came out of slavery, and now they are landowners, and
now they're repeating.
And now they had employees, but they treated them very poorly, like slaves, and they treated their women like they had no rights at all.
I think that one of the things that was so hard for me, two points, and that is when things just get stripped from Celie one after another, and she still is like, I see God, I love God, God is in control, until something happens so devastating to her that she says, I don't believe in God anymore. And the heartbreak of that moment when she just says he doesn't exist anymore, and her friend comes around her and says, no, he is everywhere. You cannot let that happen to you. Mm-hmm. That was a moment that I could hardly breathe when I was seeing them on the stage doing that.
Yeah.
It's good for us to see hard stories and to remember that this is not heaven here on earth, and that people do mean things, and that it's up to us to have voices that stand up for the injustice in the world.
It's a hard story.
Yeah. I mean, I cried like 4 times. What about you?
Oh yeah, at least.
At least 4.
Yeah, it's just a tough story, but it was magnificently done. I mean, the emotion. She was in it. She felt it. I mean, it was.
She was really.
Yeah, yes. It was very impressive.
What did you think of the set? It starts off. And I read a review by somebody else that says that the theme of this particular revival was laundry. Yeah? You understand that?
Well, I know that they had the laundry hanging on the line, but it was a simple set, representative of that simple time. The workers didn't have anything,
right?
And they were out in the fields working for peanuts, I imagine, and it wasn't good living standards for them or good circumstances. So it was a simple set for that, and I think it was good, though.
I also think it's important to talk about a little bit, because I know that they're remaking the movie that was so successful with Whoopi Goldberg and Oprah Winfrey. I don't know why you would remake it, because I feel like it obviously won awards, and if it tells the story that's the same as the one we saw, then I would think it would be beautiful, and people could watch that and really be convicted or inspired or many other things by watching it. But in this day and age, that's what they keep doing, is they keep remaking movies. But is this a story that people should read or try to find a musical or watch an old movie? Like, what do you feel like our audiences should know about that?
I mean, it's a hard story. I think it's good to understand the reality of what the past was like, but we are so far from there today. You know, we don't treat people at all like that today. Literally anywhere in this country, other countries do. Yeah. So in that regard, it's good to understand where the toils of people in the past that they had. I'm just still shocked that they had those toils at the hands of their own people, because my whole life, I obviously understand that slavery was not necessarily black on black in the United States, obviously, and so that's my whole mentality. And I was just shocked that I did not know that they treated their own people so badly. I just did not know that, and I don't know that a lot of folks know that, unless they maybe have, read the story.
So it makes it an important story, even though it's hard to read.
They're gonna modernize it with modern culture.
So just as a trigger warning, there is a point in the musical. First of all, there was a brief nudity. Like, there was a scene where somebody is in the bathtub and they stand up and you see the back of them. Your mind's like,
she was wearing a full body
I know,
suit,
but it looks,
yeah.
And so there's that, and I understand a lot of productions do it with a touch of nudity. So there's that, and then there was language, and so there was that in there. But the other thing was there was a little bit of a same-sex relationship for a brief moment it becomes part of the plot a little bit, but they didn't make it graphic. They didn't dwell on it, but I understand that's what they're doing to the movie. But I would say to be careful about watching the remake when it comes out until you find out a little bit more what they're doing. I understand that it's going to be much more explicit sexually. So,
yeah, in that regard, I wouldn't watch a remake movie because, for example, the incestual relationship from her father, no doubt they'll show that.
Yeah.
Her being physically abused, not necessary because the message was extremely clear and profound.
All she had to say was my father, and pretty much everybody gasped.
I mean, it was powerful.
Audience.
If they showed it, it would have, to me, destroyed the show. Yeah. I mean, it's like So I would be. I mean, I personally am not going to watch it. But if the show travels with this group and the way that they did it, it's very powerful. And
even with the warnings, they did it very tasteful.
Yeah.
They did. Yeah.
It's just slight. I mean, you wish it wasn't there, but I guess
reality.
It is there. This woman's never.
And it was not glorified.
No.
Yes.
Anyway, that's what my thought. It's powerful just like it is. I don't think they need to go any further.
What would you give the show? Like a scale of 1 to 10, being 10 is the best thing you've ever seen, 1 being meh. What would you give it?
It's a hard show. No.
I don't know that hard has a rating.
Yeah. It's a hard story. Oh. It's a hard story. It's a hard story.
And I know it's a hard story.
It's a hard story. It's a hard story. It's a hard show. Probably a 7 if you're looking at some of the best things we've ever seen. As I would say there. Pieces of it would be a 10 for sure. The emotion of it, the powerfulness of it.
Another thing when you go to Goodman, our technical director says don't sit in front of what row?
We were in like the 3rd row, and the speakers are clearly behind
us. So
we heard the resonance and echoing in the house, but so some of the dialogue was muffled and difficult to understand. If we were 4 or 5 rows back further, I think it would have been clear.
Yeah.
So you don't want to sit up front in the first 4 or 5 rows.
So just remember that when you go see anything at the Goodman, that you need to sit at least the 5th row or back.
Can we say one more thing? The singing. These women could sing like crazy.
They were incredible.
Fantastic singing but especially the leads. They were just moving, and so that's a 10.
That was definitely a 10, and the story was a 10. I know it's a hard story. But it was brilliantly told.
It was. It was told the way it kind of had to be told.
Yeah, I think the set, even though it was simple, it gave us variety, and it moved, and it...
Yeah, it was simple, but it worked.
I am going to have to disagree with you.
No.
I think I have to give it a 9.
Oh, wow.
I loved it. I mean,
that's awesome.
The story it's a hard story.
It's a hard story. If you haven't heard, it's a hard story.
I would not say that it's for younger people. I would say that with that 9, it's not like a Back to the Future 9. It's a 9 that you have to understand that you have to be mature enough to be able to handle the things. But again, I think I appreciated that it was not graphically told.
Yeah.
And it exposed us to the hardness and made us feel for the hardness. But then for them to rise above it and to not lose their faith and to have the hope to we talk about this a lot is sometimes people can have nothing and be dealt a hard hand time after time after time after time, but for them to keep on keeping on and for them to end up making something out of themselves in the end, that is so inspiring, and that's what she did. And to me, it's a story of hope. If you have any questions or want more details about this, please make sure that you reach out to us. I can't wait to read the book. I was so touched by this story and moved by it. And for me, those are the best kind of stories to see and tell. I just enjoy them so much. Thank you, Mike, for being here.
You're welcome.
Thank you for watching. I hope that you'll like and subscribe and follow us and all those fun things. Ring that little bell. Take a moment right now to do that while you're watching. And until next time, this is just me.
And me.
Talking to you from the wings.
It's a hard story. 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 It's a hard show. Wow.
I loved it. I mean,
that's awesome.
The story it's a hard story.
It's a hard story. If you haven't heard, it's a hard story.